Look at Element's strong start to the summer split.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. We're here with Froggen and Dexter. Very first victory for the revamped Elements lineup. Froggen, Crepo just calling you feeder in that one. Jeez, I mean, from your friends.
I mean, I died 2 times because I tried to dive the fountain. That's maybe not the smartest decision.
No, exactly. You guys had a really, really good game all around. Very interesting game as well because it was all about the kills, but not really the golden towers early. Tell us about your game plan, Dexter.
The game plan was basically, okay, we got the draft that we wanted basically, but the Sidrani was like, I didn't really want to play Sidrani in that game because it just felt too slow. And we wanted to have some more aggressive jungler, but they banned it out. So I kind of had to play Sidrani here because it was just too good to not pick it. And then we just like, okay, we take a slow early game. It's fine if we give up the dragon. But the second I hit level 6, I just go bot lane and it's 3 kills because it's Urgot, Alistar, and Sidrani. So that was the only game plan pretty much, and we executed it pretty well, I think.
So to me, that game, you could take the nameplates off and it'll look like Gambit maybe were like SK from last season. They took the first 3 turrets down very quickly. When you're in that situation, you guys had, I think, 2 kills at that point. Did you quickly realize that you just had to pick up kills as opposed to try and get turrets, Froggen?
No, I think it's more our position is around team fighting. And we already knew from the start that Azir will constantly push, and their bot lane, they have Forgiven, so he will constantly push too. So we expected all that early tower damage, and it's just something we tried to deal with, and we just tried to punish them for it whenever they went for the rotations, and we out-team fought them, because that's what our comp is good at, and that's how we ended up getting really far ahead.
Yeah, it's not because your comp is good at something that it'll work out. It did seem that you guys all individually were kind of in the zone. Like, Dexter, you were racking up kills left and right and making those flanks happen. It did seem that it was like kind of a unique moment for you guys.
Yeah, I think we just played for the team composition. I think our practice, especially like 1 month ago, has been involved about team fight only. And then we started going into like different comps that we train, and then in this game, everything clicked, and we just like, okay, you have to do this. Alice has to dive and peel, and Maokai is going to flank, and I'm going to use the 5-man Sidrani ultimate if I hit it. But yeah, I think everything worked out for us in the end, in team fights, and there was no way that once we got like the 2-0, that we can actually lose team fight in that game, because our comp is just 10 times better and scales way better.
Yeah, it was scaling insanely well. You talk about Alistar as well. Promiscuous, of course, the very new face. We kind of know the rest of you guys already. What was the communication like with him in the very first game? Did he seem nervous? What was going on?
No, he was actually just like he is in scrims. He communicates very well and he does his job, and he's not afraid to like call as well. So he's pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. It
just seemed through your gameplay that this team was a lot more of a team than maybe perhaps the previous Elements. You mentioned in the preview video that we showed earlier, Froggen, that the last team didn't really feel like your team. Does this now feel like 5 people all working on the same page?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, everybody is like, I don't know, it's hard to say, but it feels more like actually a team rather than just like 5 good players on the team. And obviously we have only played 1 game, so it's really hard to judge, and we shouldn't let ourselves get ahead. So it's like we'll see how it ends out, but definitely like practice and outside of the game, it feels way more like a team than the other team. Yeah, definitely. I do think it's important for now, then for you guys also. You guys realize this is only 1 game, and for us, we've said a lot of times in the past with the super team, there were super high expectations. So I do kind of feel, even though you said in the video that this is the super team version 3, that you don't really look at it that way. This is a new thing and a new project that you want to get to the top.
It was more meant as a joke, because it's like Froggen building up a new team with 4 new players. So I was like, man, this is like super team version 3. But I feel like Europe is like so stacked right now that it's probably, there's no super team. Maybe Fnatic. I think Fnatic is probably like the super team right now in Europe and the team to beat. But other than that, I think it's like very even out, like even skilled across the board. And you have so many good teams that it's just very important to win every single game, because everything means so much more right now. Because there's no bottom teams that you can like get easy wins off or something. It's just like full stacked. So I'm actually looking forward to play like some other teams and see how the first round of best of ones goes. Yeah, definitely stacked. And for you, definitely, because you've kind of taken a break and you've always been very eager to play. So what has that been like, getting back into that grind basically as well? I was so